Welcome to this demonstration of the Wideband MIMO PXI Vector Signal Analyzer. I'm going to be showing you a demonstration of a 2x2 configuration where I've got two MXG vector signal generators connected to two channels of a 3-channel MIMO PXI Vector Signal Analyzer. First, we'll use Signal Studio's Agilent Signal Studio N7617B wireless LAN signal generation software, which supports signal channel 80+80 modes, as well as 160 megahertz and up to 4x4 80 megahertz modes. We're going to generate a two-stream 80 megahertz bandwidth waveform, so with two spatial streams at 5.8 gigahertz center frequency, with the outputs of the two signal generators synchronized. We're using the new 256 QAM modulation scheme, MCS8, which would result in a maximum data rate of up to 702 megabit per second in 2x2 MIMO mode. And we've set data length of the packet for 4096 bytes of payload data. To analyze, we're using the 89600 VSA software, which is capable of measuring up to 4x4 160 megahertz bandwidth, including 80+80 megahertz modes. On each acquisition, a full suite of transmit parametric measurements are made, including EVM, IQ modulator impairments, such as IQ skew, quadrature, error and gain imbalance, and spectral flatness and spectrum mask. The captured data is transferred quickly across the PCI Express Generation 2 backplane of our M9018A PXI chassis from the digitizers to the embedded PXI controller, where a quad-core i5 CPU enables fast demodulation. The 89600 VSA software is fully automatable to allow for running tests in batch mode, enabling measurement setup and results acquisition via Skippy, .NET, and COM interfaces. The 12-bit 2 gigasample per second ADC in the digitizer allows for wide bandwidth measurements up to 800 megahertz span with good dynamic range. Our RMS EVM results in this case is about -43 dB. By setting the equalizer training to preamble, pilots, and data, the RMS EVM results are better than -45 dB. The wide bandwidth capability allows us to make spectral emission mask measurements for 80 or 160 megahertz channels in a single acquisition. Here you can see the spectral mask limits applied out to 250 megahertz bandwidth for our 80 megahertz channel. We're also applying subcarrier flatness limits to the frequency response. You can see in the output window the pass-fail results for each of the limits, as well as the worst-case results. We can also query the trace for reporting purposes. It's easy to add additional measurements for occupied bandwidth, ACPR, and more, all of which will occur on each acquisition. The last feature I want to point out is the cross-domain measurement capability of the 89600 VSA. By enabling coupled markers, we can link the markers in all of our traces, enhancing our ability to troubleshoot a problem by seeing what's happening in multiple domains simultaneously. Thank you for watching this demonstration of the Wideband MIMO PXI Vector Signal Analyzer.